Hi again, everyone. In this short video, we're going to look at how you can use AI to create your own read and complete passages. So just so we remember, we're going to take a quick look here at what read and complete looks like. This question, as you can see here, lasts 3 minutes. And let's take a look at an example. Okay, so a couple of things to note about this. You can see it has a title, The Power of Determination. And you can see that the first sentence here is complete, and the last sentence here is complete. And aside from that, you can see pretty much here every second word is blanked out. All right, there's an exception here for this comma, but other than that, pretty much every time there's a second word, you see it blanked out. So that's what read and complete looks like. Now we're going to open ChatGPT and see how we can create our own. Okay, before we create any text, we're going to try and create a list of ideas for texts. So I've copied and pasted a prompt here to ask for suggestions for ideas for texts from these different sort of, I guess, types of language use or genres. And we've asked for two things, so the source and the topic. So for example, the causes of World War I, that would be the topic, and a high school history textbook. So that would be where it came from. So I'm going to ask for, let's say, 25 ideas for texts. So let's share this here and see what we get. All right, so here we go. We've got something like how to write a professional email in a business communication textbook. There we go. A day in the life of a software engineer. That's from someone's professional development journal. So you can see here that we've got quite a wide range of ideas for different reading passages. All right, so now we're going to take one or two of these ideas and turn them into texts. So I've got a really short little prompt here, and we're going to enter the information in the curly brackets from these bits above. So let's take this first one, right? So, or this 22nd one, I should say, and say, write 3 paragraphs about early computer history from a technology museum brochure. So let's put that in here. Now I've said B1 to B2 level English. You might want to change it depending on your students, or you could just leave that blank and the AI will probably choose something appropriate. And I've also asked for a title you can see at the bottom. So let's share that and see what we get. So this one says the story of early computers. And you can see here that we've got 3 paragraphs. Now, of course, you would never get a text this long in read and complete. You might get something this long or nearly this long in interactive reading. But you can choose one of these paragraphs to be the sort of the text that you're going to use for read and complete. But just a couple of points about this. I found that AI is not very good at creating gaps, so you're better just doing it manually. But as we said earlier, leave the first one and the last one complete. And then for these middle ones, obviously make sure that you delete the second half of every second word. So for example, early, we would put a gap, like, but this one here, ENIAC, we would not put a gap here because this is a proper noun. So instead we move on to the next word, built, put a gap there. 1945, we wouldn't gap that because you'd just be guessing a year, which would be pretty difficult for most people. So we go on to were. All right, so that's how that happens. Also, it tends to be the case that the first word of every sentence is usually complete. Okay, so that's how you can go about using AI to create the texts that you can then use as a basis for your own read and complete questions. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how you get on with that in the comment section.